Lambchop, welcome to the Baddie and Me. I'm super happy to have you today because I'm such a fan, as you know. So, first things first, how are you today?
I am doing okay. I'm doing great. I went to DC yesterday and I walked a lot, but I had fun.
I saw your post yesterday, like you went to check the cherry blossom trees.
So, yeah, when I went, there was only like 10 in the middle of an intersection, and I was like kind of pissed, because I was like, what the heck? I thought it was going to be really, everywhere, really beautiful. Could have seen a better version in Philly, to be honest. But then I found out that that was like last week they were in full bloom, and so this week it's just like the last few ones, because if you look up DC Cherry Blossom Festival, it's so beautiful. Like it's everywhere. It's around the Capitol Hall. But I didn't see any of that. I just saw the pen in the middle of an intersection and then a bunch of people just trying to take pictures with the
At least
but
you get to see some of the trees.
yeah, better than nothing, I guess. Yeah.
So, this is actually the second season of The Baddie and Me, and I wanted to make something a bit different. My work revolves around performance art, and so I thought maybe I should bring some of that energy inside of this video series. And so
Mm,
that's why I'm asking all of the guests to pick a theme for their episode. And you picked Chopper, and I loved it. And so I want to know, what are you wearing today? Because as I said, like we should dress accordingly to the theme.
yeah.
So what are you wearing today?
So I have a She Wants Revenge lamb shirt, crop top. It's from Etsy. I forgot the seller's name. And then on the bottom I have Hello Kitty sweats because I'm at home and I wanted to wear pink, but I really wanted to wear the She Wants Revenge shirt because it's very like chopper-esque in my opinion. And what are you wearing? Because you're looking good.
Well,
You're like, really good.
pink top, black bra,
I
and
love
then
that.
this is tiny ring, which he gifted me this ring. It's like kids' ring.
It's
But then
so
I was like,
cute.
"Ah, I think it's so cute. And like it reminds me of the lamb, but it's a rabbit.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love how you wear it like on the top. Like I love when people like stack rings and stuff. I used to do that. Then I just lose rings too frequently.
Yeah, I think like the thing is like usually I see them on Pinterest, but the girls they have like long hands, long nails, and my hands are like small
Is
and chubby, but I still did my nails and I think it looks like okay.
it glass?
Glass, like glass, no, it's plastic.
I
Yeah.
like
But
glass.
it looks like glass, yeah.
Yeah.
It's it looks fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when like a little bit of bra shows, strap show. I I don't know. I've been buying more camisoles, so I don't do it as much. But my favorite thing would be to like, this is like low key shout out to Ice Spice, because she would like wear sweaters and then have like a little piece of bra sticking, like just like like a tiny bit. Because some sweaters where you wear camisoles. She stopped wearing camisoles and started wearing bras to show that, and I was like, oh, that's hot. And so I don't know. I did that for a while. I still love Ice Spice. She's like a huge inspo of mine. But
Yeah, I really love her too. And I love that you're saying that because there's this girl that I follow on TikTok. She's French, but she's so much into like fashion. I think she's studying fashion and everything.
nice.
And she's always like showing her bras, but like she would put
Cute.
her top a bit like lower so we would see more of her bra. And she's kind of like breaking the codes of we shouldn't like see your bra that comes out of your t-shirt. It's not elegant. And she's like, yeah, it actually is. Like if you
Yeah.
do it correctly, it can be like a really nice
Like touch.
outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like I personally don't think that people should stick to one thing. Like, bro, like I could look like, you know, how do I say it? Like girly trash one day and freaking elegance explosion the next day because it's a variety. You don't have to just be one thing. And that's something I notice a lot with fashion people. Like they put themselves in a box and then they get stuck in that box. And that's just something I don't want to do in fashion or really anything. Like putting yourself in a box is just like you're limiting yourself, you're limiting ideas. And I don't know. Like you said, when people are like, "Oh, that's not elegant." Like who cares? You can play around. You can some of the most elegant people are freaking low key trashy.
And I
Literally.
love that you're saying that because I think that you're the kind of person who's trying to show that you don't necessarily fit to one box. And that's what I see from your Farcaster profile. But we're going to talk about that later because I have like questions
Oh yeah,
around that. I just wanted
just
to finish on
prepare.
the outfit part and the theme, like chopper. I love your hair.
Oh, I'm growing my hair out. I got a bad haircut a few years ago. Still kind of traumatized from it, but it's finally starting to grow. But yeah, I'm excited for when it's like long because like even when it's up like yours, it's so pretty. It looks so good. Like a
Oh, thank
waterfall in the back. It does.
you. So, why did you choose the team chopper? And what does it mean to you?
So the first time I used Lambchopper, I'm pretty sure was playing poker with Burr and friends because Lambchop was taken on the alpha. I forgot what the app was that they play poker on. But the app that was used to play poker, Lambchop was taken, and usually if like Lambchop is taken, I go with Lambchopper, and I also think I use it on chess.com, but that's a different story. So with lamb chopper, it is like a mix of like sweet and then like chop, like cha cha cha. Like I am not the one to mess with because I'm really not. Like I'm really sweet, but I can be a fucking evil asshole if given the chance or if I need to be. That's just realistic. Like I don't like being mean. However, I can be very mean when I notice someone's trying to like be mean to me because as you know, as a beautiful woman, people try it.
So, I guess like once people try and cross the line with you, you kind of have like your boundaries, which I think should be normal. Like, no one should cross
Yeah.
any boundaries. But I get you, like, as like women, especially if you're showing a certain image, some people like to tear you down for no reason at all. And I think that it's good to show that, yeah, I can be nice, but I can also be mean. And like, if you try and cross the line, you're not going to do it like ever again. You're going to do it once, but not twice because you're not
Yeah.
going to.
No, and that's exactly what happens because again, like I'm very strategic when someone is weird, I note it and I know how to approach each person individually because each person is different and each person's weird intentions are different. So you just got to be very observant as a woman interacting with people, especially men. And also lamb chopper, s- uh, chopper is like a helicopter, and it also means motorcycle, and it also like I think of a knife chopping things up, and that's kind of the OG idea of lamb chop is like, I'm young, sweet, whatever, but I will cut a bitch.
Yeah, I love that. Also, before like dressing up, I went on TikTok and I put like chopper because I was like, maybe there's something that I don't know. Like maybe chopper means I don't know. But actually, there was a lot of like videos of like motorcycles, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
This is not a motorcycle, but I love that type of aesthetic too. I've always loved that, like biking, dirt biking, stuff like that, motorcycles. Um, but yeah. And I kind of talked about this before, but like I was close to using like lamb chop, like karate chop, but
Huh?
I
What's karate chopped?
so like when someone karate, the
Yeah.
sport. So it's like when someone like, "Bah!" That's karate chop. And I used to do karate when I was a kid. So wanted to bring that like chopped energy. But then now in 2025, the kids are using chop to say ugly. Like that is the new slang term for ugly. Like, oh, that person's chopped. That means they're ugly. So like I don't know how, but a part of me when deciding, I really like analyze like what I hear in media. And in most rap music, like choppa also stands for gun. Like me and
Mhm.
there's a song I love, it's called Me and My Choppa, and that literally is like me and my gun. So it's like, like I want to be like a weapon of design destruction, of mass design destruction. But chop means ugly. So I think I like literally thank my previous self for not going that route. Cause like all over TikTok, if you look up chop, it's like people asking, chat, am I chopped? And then that's not the vibe. It's just,
Oh my, okay.
yeah.
Like I really didn't know. Like I knew that like botched maybe would mean like something like you got like plastic surgery and they like kind of like
Yeah.
didn't go well, but like chopped, I didn't know that it means like ugly.
I think
So
it's new because I never heard this until like recently. But like it's just the principle of when you're building your brand and you're using like words for codes and stuff, you really
mhm,
have to like look at every single possibility and you have to think about the future. Because even what was I watching? I was watching like something with Amanda Bynes, but a teenage Amanda Bynes show, and she has this like device. It's supposed to be like an iPod. They call it an iBop. But
I
bop, yeah, but bop now, like that was made like early 2000s, right? Bop didn't mean anything then besides like a little, like bop, like a jam, a song. But now bop means a hoe
oh, okay.
because like
Words change.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But something like Chopper, because it's so deeply related to the history of motorcycles and helicopters, I just found like good refuge. And also it means gun again. So like all that, I was like, all right, that's not going to change. Like this is like a decent
Yeah.
word. But yeah. And then I think the last layer to it was like chop the that's past tense. And
Mhm.
do I really want to exist in a past tense energy or do I want to be a lamp chopper continuously moving, I
Mhm.
always want to be evolving in every single way forever. Like I never want to just be content, you
Yeah.
know? So being in a past tense energy is almost setting yourself up for that, for just past. I want to be future oriented, not past.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think this is like really much how you show yourself online and the whole idea
Awesome.
behind like lamb chop. But I just wanted to know if like did you notice that you were creating like a whole movement on Farcaster and you also created like the Lambchop channel? And there's a lot of people who post like all sorts of like posts. It can be related to many things. Like the last time I checked, there was a lot of fashion,
Yeah.
early Y2K aesthetic. You also post your thoughts on there.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, so do you notice that you created something out of your handle?
I I'm just so grateful to see its progress because obviously there was times on Farcaster was like, bruh, I'm cooked. You know? Like, I don't know where this is going or like especially in the beginning, it was very like nerve-wracking, but I just kind of kept doing me and I'm just so grateful to like have found people that get it, that like get the vision, and I just feel comfortable sharing that space with, you know, the vision behind like Lamb Chop Design, because the goal is to like one day have my own agency in design. And from the first thought, like I started this in college, which is like wait, what the fuck? Yeah, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I started the idea of lamb chop because I don't know, like I always felt out of place in design. I talked about it once or twice on my profile, but like s- my design journey has not been easy and it's been like I've dealt with a lot of like specifically white teachers picking on me and like singling me out, making me feel weird and uncomfortable, or trying to like get me out of design. Like, but when someone tries to get me out of something, I'm like, why are you a grown man trying to convince me that I am not talented at what I know I'm talented at? Like, that's weird. And you clearly find me as a threat. So I'm going to go 10 times harder because I will succeed and I'm going to excel. And especially because you try to get me out of this industry, I'm going to dominate this industry one day, inshallah. But yeah, so that was the goal from like ever since I was like a high schooler. Like, I just want that is the goal. And seeing the Lambchop channel come to fruition, it's so amazing because I struggle a lot with like other social media platforms like TikTok. It's very hard for me to stay consistent with like TikTok or Instagram, but Warpcast is one of those things that like I just naturally am consistent with. And that's kind of what I think fostered, as you know, like you're consistent as fuck. So you know consistency is key when building things. And that consistency that just like naturally came because I love that. I genuinely just love the app. It really did help.
Another thing that you have and that I love, and I think I told you, is you're very authentic. Like when you study people who build brands who became like very successful, they usually put a lot of like authenticity in what they do and they show the world that they are vulnerable. And I think that you're showing that too also with your brand, and that makes people want to connect with you, because like I'm a fan, but I see other people on Farcaster and I see them like how they get excited when you post something. Like you get a lot of interaction even if you don't post for like a week or two, right? People are still going to be there and
I'm
they're
so
still going to.
grateful for that. And I'm just thankful for the community on Farcaster because they are just generally more like observant and like conscious than other social media platforms. I don't know, like all the social media platforms, just the ones that I've been on, you know? Like the just the consciousness level is different. And I honestly was a bit brain rotted before really diving into Farcaster. Yeah, like I literally don't like I had a very short attention span, but now it's a
And now
little better.
you feel that it's different now that you're using Farcaster.
Yeah, like genuinely, like I like read more.
Do you mean on Farcaster or
Both,
in general?
both,
Yeah.
both. Because when I like came on here, I was very much more TikTok brain. Like
Hmm.
people could tell I slithered from TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok is not that great. I spend too much time on TikTok still.
I
It's
miss
not good.
seeing your TikToks. I don't have my I lost or I need to find my password to my main ones, my main account. I haven't been on TikTok in months since the unlonely thing, but I also think I just was like over social media.
Oh my God, yeah. No, but how did that go? Like quickly, do you want to talk about it or no? Do you want
Yeah,
to?
sure. No, it's so cool. Like I will probably not regret doing that ever. Even though I had someone try and make fun of me for it, and I was like, I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, it was yeah, I'll get into that maybe later, but
No.
yeah, like basically my friend Catch XO22 from
Yeah.
Australia, you know him. Yeah, he sent me that and was like, "Yo, you should apply. Like this seems like up your alley." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't really think I would like anything would come. This is what happens a lot. I sign up for things and I'm like, "Oh, like probably nothing's gonna come out of it." And then like I had a meeting and then I did I guess okay. And then I showed up and it was really cool. It was a very unique experience and it was something I've always kind of wanted to experience because wait, I don't think I have it for me. But like in like years ago I started this project called Salt and it's about like surveillance and it's about like security cameras, all that and like this oh, let me little tangent. This is one of those things where I had a white professor and they were kind of weird about me. Like I've had it multiple times in my life. Just I don't know why. It's like intimidation, vision doesn't get racism, whatever. This teacher like would try and make me feel like I was so weird for my vibe for this like project I was doing, when in reality it's stuff that's being done now. Like I was doing things that were in 2022, 2021 that is becoming like insanely mainstream now. So
Mm.
this is one of those things where I never try and doubt my intuition, because sometimes I know it's a great idea, but it just takes time for the world to catch up. Especially if someone's like fucking 60, they're never going to catch up. Unless they're cool. Unless they're cool and like are open-minded and confident and content with themselves and genuinely love design. Then it's like, all right, they're going to catch up, but yeah. But anyways, so when I found out it was like a surveillance type of thing, I was like, "Oh my God, this is like continuing my studies," you know?
Yeah.
So when I did it, it was cool. Like I wish I think like I just didn't utilize it as much as I wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like the surveillance footage and like getting my content for myself. I think I was just like so tired. Like, and I didn't
Did you feel
really.
like when you were inside of the house, like the flat, you were tired when you were like doing the house scene?
Yeah, it was just an exhausting situation. It was an exhausting situation.
Is it because of the fact that you were filmed, like recorded like 24 hours? Was that a problem or
Well,
was it
yeah,
more?
I mean, it's kind of awkward, but I found like the blind spots of the cameras like the first day, like I looked at the at the live footage. I was like, okay, they can't see me here, they can't see me there, they can't see me here. So if I ever felt uncomfortable, like I made my little spots.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started just missing my cats, and then the roommate I had was like, I didn't really want to live with a guy too, and he wasn't really the most considerate person. And generally, like, oh my God, but right before I left, I think this was like my breaking point. He started like wanting to start a rap career, and the walls were very thin. Like and yeah, no, literally. I had to sleep with headphones on. Like I had headphones on 24/7 almost. And it just like was just so uncomfortable because I would have done it for 10K. I can deal with a lot of bullshit, like headphones, the noise canceling. But like then I realized like you have to get to 100K on TikTok or Instagram to get the 10K. Like sorry, I don't even have 1,000 followers on Instagram anymore. Like, like I don't like social media. It freaks me out a bit. Like, so when I realized that was a rule, I literally was like, I need to get out. And then they gave us like the option to leave with the payout 10 days in. And then I was like, yeah, I took that shit and I was like, I'm out of here because I am not going to like keep dealing with this.
Yeah, and I think for your own mental health, like, is it worth it? And I feel like it felt like the goal was a bit hard to reach if you stayed longer, right?
Yeah, that was like I don't think I would have reached 100K followers. Like
I mean,
truthfully. Not
it
all
is.
possible, but it's like it requires like luck and like a little bit of like doing things that I wouldn't fully be comfortable with, and also requires a level of comfort with being seen that I'm just not there yet because I am from a very small town in Algeria. So they are fucking weird there and they're like fucking little vultures. And so even just for the 10 days I was on that show, I was kind of like freaking out like, "Oh my God." But yeah, I think I'll be okay. But like, I just was not in the place to be fucking trying to get 100K followers. Like, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with that amount of followers on Instagram or TikTok. Maybe like on WordCast, hell yeah. But like, no.
Yeah. So do you think that like the other part of your culture, like the fact that you're Algerian also was kind of a barrier, cultural barrier for kind of doing like reality TV? I don't know if we can call it like that, but like almost reality TV?
Mm, well, that did not stop me, obviously, because I am such a reality TV fiend. Like, I have watched every city of Real Housewives. I have seen, you know, like every city, even the canceled ones. You would be surprised at the cities I've seen because you wouldn't
Really?
even know. You wouldn't even know. Did you know there was a Vancouver one?
No.
There was one of DC that got canceled because one of the contestants or contestant the one of the girls went to Obama, they crashed an Obama party and then the cameras caught all of it and then they canceled the show because mhm, I know the
That's
tea.
so like crazy.
Mhm.
Like next level.
Just crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at least now you have like something to put on your CV if you ever want to do like bigger reality TV shows.
It depends on the show. Like if it was something like fucking Love Island, hell no. Like, hell no. I would come off so weird on something like that. Like, I don't know what it would be. Like, it would have to be something like conceptual, you know? Or like design based, art based. I don't like making I enjoy making videos now, but when I was in the house, I was not really feeling my content as much.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like confused. I don't know. It was cool. It was cool.
Okay, but I think that it was like a nice experience anyways, and like
Yeah.
we got to see you. And I was like really thinking that you're very courageous to do it because like I would have freaked out with the camera, like people seeing me in my bed, like oh, of course we don't see like so sharply,
Yeah.
like we still see you like sleeping. I would have freaked out.
No, that happened. That happened. But that wasn't even from the surveillance camera. It was the interviews, bro. I looked so bad. I just looked so ugly in some of the interviews because, like, it was like I wasn't ready. I didn't even know we were going to do like the phone interviews with Grace and Brian. I did
Yeah.
not look good in any of them. I put the angle weird. It was just like bad. And then I posted a video and someone was like, "Is your nose broken?" And I'm already kind of like not
What?
in. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It did open me up to a lot of critique like not a lot, but like more than the usual amount that one gets. But it's okay. That comes with just putting yourself out there.
Yeah, but also they're losers. Sorry.
Yeah. You don't even post your face and you're talking about my face.
But yeah, I'm so proud of you anyways that you did that. And I think it does reinforce also your brand, like Lambchop. As you say, like I love when you explain that you had that project back when you were at school. And it's just like an extension of what you were already
Yeah.
working on. And these like I don't know if we could say they're files or videos or whatever. They're going to be on the internet, maybe forever, maybe no. I don't know. Like, can we find the videos when you were in the house? You didn't check?
They were live. I'm pretty sure Brian and Grace have like all of it, but maybe one day I will sit with the footage and like find cool things and like edit them because like surveillance, like that aesthetic is like very much like on brand for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's kind of why I was comfortable even being in this space because mind you, when I was doing this is why she thought I was creepy. Like I was watching a lot of like random surveillance videos trying to find like cool shots of people. Like I would spend hours and hours and hours alone like in a studio just looking at surveillance trying to find like the right shots of people. So it all ultimately, like karma. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna be doing something like that, then I can't like I wanted to also like experience what it is to be in that position because I've been the observer of surveillance, but to be the subject of surveillance is a completely different perspective on my project. And like I'm really glad I did it, honestly just based on that because it's definitely something I will continue on.
I hope you're going to continue. And that's also like something that I love about you is like, I feel that your work is, as you were explaining at the beginning, like it's very hard to put you in a box. Like, you've been reflecting a lot on your work. And I think maybe some people know, some people don't, but who cares? but you also share that on Farcaster. And as I was saying, like your work is very fluid and always on brand.
Thank you.
So, for example, at some point you had this obsession with like Hello Kitty being your enemy.
I fucking hated that bitch for a minute. Like,
That was like so random. And recently you had an obsession with jeans. And I love that
oh,
these,
that's always gonna be an obsession. I love jeans.
I love that these things are so random because like you post, like you write about it, like if it was something like so like, it is
Yeah.
important for you, but it's jeans and it's like Hello Kitty being your enemy. But at the same time, they're so on brand because Hello Kitty is like, it's like really linked to internet culture.
Yeah.
And for me, it reminds me of design, your logo, being like pants.
Yes.
And I feel like, damn, like this girl is so smart because like everything you post, even if it's random, it's always like really close to, your branding. And this is something that I really like. And I was just wondering, like,
I think
how,
you noticed that because you do the same thing. So it's like real, recognize real type situation.
but I was wondering, like, how do you get these obsessions? How did you become enemies with Hello Kitty, for example?
All right. The thing with Hello Kitty is like, I had this Hello Kitty mug. It literally was Hello Kitty, and I was walking, I was walking, and I was drinking like, I think it was like a yerba mate in my Hello Kitty cup, and I was smoking a joint, and I kept looking into the eyes of the cup. I was like, man, this girl, this Hello Kitty looks a little weird. And I was just like so stoned. And the more I looked at her, the more it got weird. And I kid you not, Jessy, I swear, it just broke. It just like shattered in front of this lady's house. And
Oh my God.
thankfully, she was in the backyard. I was like, hey, can I get a plastic bag to pick up this glass that my mug just broke? But it just shattered like randomly as I was thinking, ugh, she's so evil looking. And then after that, I was like, oh my God, that was a sign from the universe that she's like, I need to like get rid of everything Hello Kitty. And I pretty much did. Like, I don't have anything Hello Kitty besides this. And I'm trying to think. I think I have like one other Hello Kitty thing like that's tucked away, but
Okay.
and I have one like Hello Kitty mug that is not in the shape of Hello Kitty. It's just like a normal mug with her face on it. That has a break, but just that just freaked me out. Like looking into that ceramic cup as I was smoking weed and walking, having like a walk, and as soon as I was thinking like what an evil, I don't trust this one. I and she broke, and then when that happened. I started to like deep dive into Hello Kitty and her impact on American culture. And it's like fucking like people get feral over Hello Kitty. Like people go into Marshalls and TJ Maxx's, these stores in America. They're like kind of cheap, not too cheap there, but you know what I mean. And they go and they just grab everything Hello Kitty. Like to me, Hello Kitty is now like this symbol of just consumerism and like just the greediness of American consumers because it's just weird. And like, whatever, like if I could build my brand up to be Hello Kitty, I would be so hyped. But I'm not there yet, so I'm gonna be a little hater too. Like a part of that is also jealousy. Cause I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of Hello Kitty.
What you're saying is so true. Like, I feel it's maybe not only America. I feel like most of the places in the world that are capitalistic, if you go in a store and there is Hello Kitty, kids, adults, maybe like older people, I don't know, they're gonna go and check the Hello Kitty thing immediately.
Yeah.
I'm also a victim of Hello Kitty. Like I love Hello Kitty and I'm like, "Oh, Hello Kitty," but why? Like it's so like intense that you don't even think of like why do I love Hello Kitty that much? Like it's just like I love
Yeah.
Hello Kitty because it's Hello Kitty, you know? It's like the brand. I never paused and I was never like, why do I love it so much?
It's
It's
because they
girly,
implant it. Sorry. What were you saying?
it's
Hmm.
cute, but there's a lot of other brands that are girly and cute. But like Hello Kitty, it feels like, oh, I need it, I need to buy it.
Yeah, yup. And I think that goes back, like, let's compare Hello Kitty to Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh yeah, yeah, the girl that looks like a strawberry. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, you had to think about that. Like, it wasn't Hello Kitty, right?
Mm.
And I think that goes back to simplicity. And this is why I love Japan and China. I love China specifically's like design culture, low key, because it's so ahead. But Hello Kitty's from Japan, so let's talk about Japan for a second. Like Japan is hello capital of cute. You know, like they know something. They know when something's cute, and Hello Kitty is just that like perfect level of innocence, minimalism, and cuteness. And there's a whole world built for her, and it just works so well. But like something like strawberry shortcake, she's so cute too, but that type of aesthetic is it gets dated quick.
Yeah,
Like
true.
Mhm.
I think we should study Hello Kitty.
I think so too. Like they figured it out. They nailed it on the head. And same with Snoopy.
Oh my God.
Snoopy. Yeah, I love Snoopy. I've actually since I've started to dislike Hello Kitty, I have not been purchasing. Actually, I have like one Snoopy blanket, but I've just been like trying to like direct myself elsewhere. Just 'cause like, I don't know.
One customer less.
Oh no. Oh, the CEO of Hello Kitty is like kicking their feet out in the air right now. They're like, no.
They do make a lot of money now. But how about jeans? Like, what's your obsession with jeans?
I mean, jeans just like look so, they just fulfill me. Like when I find like a perfect pair of jeans that just fit nice and like look good, I they become like the love of my life. Like looking for jeans, jean shopping, thinking about jeans calms me down. I'm not even joking. Like when I'm really stressed out, like I just start online how do I say it? Shopping for jeans, which is
Yeah.
bad, but
It's not like self therapy. I think you should do things
yeah.
that make you happy. But is it like jeans like the jeans, or is it like the material jeans?
I like the material. I like the discovery and also like I buy a lot of not a lot, but I buy a lot of archival jeans. Like I try and get like Jenkos. I have two Jenkos. I want one more for my three collection pair or my three pair collection. Like I think jeans are also a testimony of where we are as a society. Each generation has a style of jeans. Each vibe like jeans just I don't know. And they shape you. Like you can change your body with what type of jeans you wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just everything about them is just very impactful to me. And also, I guess a part of it, truthfully, is like I try not to weigh myself too much because that gets like obsessive. But I am always grateful for jeans because then I understand where I am weight wise. Because like there was a time like I got surgery last year and I gained a lot of weight and I didn't know I was gaining weight because I was only wearing like leggings, like Lululemon, sweatpants. And,
Yeah.
I was wearing the same, leggings and Lulus that I was wearing when I was like skinnier, but you can't tell. Like, I don't know what it is about the material, but I just couldn't tell I gained any weight. But you know what did tell me I gained weight?
Jeans.
My jeans. My jeans. Nobody around me could notice, but my jeans noticed.
No, no, you're so right. And I feel like, again, like we live in a society where there's all these fast fashion and they come up with like solutions like, okay, you can wear leggings or, I don't know, whatever, sweatpants, I don't know. And like you wear them because they're easy. Also, like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to wear a lot of leggings at some point, and then you want to put on your pair of jeans and you're like, uh-oh, it's not like closing anymore, or it's so tight. And I feel like, yeah, jeans can keep you in shape, and also like it helps you stay healthy, probably.
I made a promise to myself millennium ago. Like, I take my time to find these jeans that I have now, and I want to always fit into these beautiful jeans. And it's almost like a commitment to myself because, like, not gonna lie, like, I'm kind of like cheap in some aspects. Like, I rather lose weight than buy new things. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to, you know, So
Yeah,
I
but I don't think it's like being cheap. I think it's like also being conscious of like, yeah, I can gain weight or lose weight like easily, but I know that like it's just going to be temporary. And if I buy more, then it's just a waste of money. And
yeah,
also for the, like, I don't know, like, yeah, just a waste of money and
no,
jeans.
literally. And some of my jeans are like $300, and I'm like not going to just. I'm not. No. If I'm paying $300, I'm gonna fucking wear them till the grave. Sorry.
No, but you're so right. Like, I mean, I don't know if your mom has like jeans from when she was a teenager, but my mom has like clothes that are so good quality that she has since she was like maybe not a teenager, but like in her 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
She like gave them to my sister or to me. And I think like there's such a fashion thing that evolved with time. Again, like as you said, they're like different shape and like I don't know, in the 2000s, it was like low waist. And at some point, it was like high waist. And I thought, like, okay, low waist is never going to be a trend anymore. And now it's like super trendy again.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I still have my low waist jeans that are in Paris and I can't fit inside. But maybe at some point.
Exactly. Keep them because I still have jeans I don't really fit in, but I kind of keep them around, in case. They're like I see jeans too as, you know, just history. You're wearing fashion history, and we're at a point in time where I think going forward there are not going to be like trends really, collage of everything at once. And for me, like with jeans and just all my pants specifically and all my clothes, they're not really based on trends ever. They are like, I've been watching like fashion TV since I was like 3. And although I don't dress exactly how my dream self would dress due to financial reasons, what I can get and I try to live within my means. What I do with what I have, I'm proud of, and I think it's like a testimony to my personal style that has taken years and years to develop. And so, yeah, yeah.
Yes. And I think like as you say, like probably trends are not going to be, I don't think like trends are going to repeat themselves forever.
Mm.
So it's true that probably at some point, like it's going to be, as you said, like a mix of everything. And maybe people are just going to have their own style, like more than today. Because I don't know, maybe later there's not going to be as much fast fashion. And so maybe people are going to have to be more conscious of like what they buy.
Um, I think fast fashion is probably always going to be around, and it always has been. Yeah, like fast fashion is just like I'm trying to stay toward like away from it, but I have indulged in fast fashion, like
Mm.
and I'm not proud of that realistically, but like I there's times where I didn't have any money and I needed new clothes, and I can't afford, $200 jeans. Like
Oh,
$200 could be like a whole like haul from a shitty company. But I really am not doing that anymore. And now it's like I've solely focused on finding artisans or that are, like on Etsy and stuff. That's been like my favorite place, or like just trying to expand because fast fashion is shit. Like it's awful and I feel guilty. And I've always felt guilty when I did buy fast fashion. But
I also feel guilty, but I think you said something right. Like people don't necessarily have, money to buy clothes. Like clothes, good quality clothes are very expensive.
oh,
It's like crazy. You really need a budget, or you just need to have like a couple of good quality clothes, but then you cannot maybe dress up according to the trends. So you have to, it's hard, we live in a society where you express also yourself through your clothes and like sometimes you just have to do with what you have. So
yeah. And on top of that, when you buy expensive garments, you got to remember it's not just buying them. Taking care of them is just as expensive because you need to get them dry cleaned. You can't put them in the washer. They're sensitive. It's sensitive. You have to like they're an investment. And like let's say you buy really expensive shoes, you have to get them taken care of. And yeah, just everything you
totally.
gotta be mindful of. With fast fashion, I see why it took over. But like I think we need as a society to push personal style and stop pushing like these like little micro trend things.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. But also, I just wanted to come back to the branding of like Lambchop.
Yeah.
And because, recently you made a post, but I'm not sure if you deleted it,
No.
but you were kind of saying that you needed some time off to think of like the image that you're showing online and like your branding and your persona. And so I wanted to know like what led you to think like that? Like what happened for you to like want to step a bit away and think of your whole like branding?
I don't want to share exactly what caused that, but I'll share like a bit of it. I thought about this like during Ramadan. I took like just 10 days off of social media, or not even like 6 days off of social media and just like thought very deeply about how I want to move forward because basically I took 6 days off of social media. I sat with myself, and when I started this Warpcast account, I was using it as like a little freaking. I was like, oh my god, no one I know is on this app. Like, this is sick. I'm just gonna just use it as like my little internet diary because I don't have Tumblr anymore, and Instagram gets weird. All this shit. I was just like, just word vomit, word vomit. I noticed that like I have this dream network that like have literally always dreamed of some of the people. Not like I don't know any of them or I didn't even know them going into this or anything about crypto, but like the network I have right now of people following me and who I follow is like astonishing, and it's something I literally prayed for years. And so I came to the conclusion that I need to just be a little bit more like mindful with what I do with it because this is like I don't know, like, I do not have access to people like this, people like you. I don't have access to that in my circle in Philadelphia. I don't. Like, that's just realistic. And so, with that said, it's like, oh my God, let me, tighten up a little bit. It's not about like changing anything like my core. It's more just about presenting it just slightly more polished. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just like, "Bleh," it's more like, "Bleh," but then let me just re-edit this so I sound a little smarter. Cause
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I understand.
yeah,
Just like instead of being impulsive, like having the same ideas, but like working on them a bit more before you kind of like put them publicly. And yeah. So I wanted to talk about like recently I noticed that you are posting more videos, like kind of vlogs, but not in a traditional
oh
way,
yeah.
like in an artistic way and kind of like in a performance way. I always told you that I feel like you're a performance artist, and I'm not sure that this is how you define yourself, but I wanted to know like every time I watch your videos, like I think there's one called like something with sin. There's like the Medusa
Yeah.
and the Apple video. They all have that sense of like worry. There's something a bit
Mm.
like scary or creepy when you watch them. I don't know, is it the music or the way that you film everything with your camera and the collages that you make depending on the video? But like, is it like intentional? The like
Yeah, because
worry?
it's like the way I mean, again, like a lot of my inspire or some of my work is like surveillance based. So I try and have it feel like you are accidentally stumbling into someone's life and you maybe shouldn't be watching some things but you are, and it's a little like intimate, and like I am creepy in like a light-hearted way, so I do put in some of like that eerie. It's like a little bit of eeriness, like um muted. It's a bit muted.
Hmm.
I think that's a good way to put it. But yeah, the vlogs, it's like almost like a memory. I try to get them to feel like almost a memory or like you're blinking and it's like, what the fuck, you know? So that's
Yeah.
the vibe I'm trying to accomplish, or I am accomplishing.
But I really like it because, like,
Thank
for
you.
someone who consumes a lot of like videos on TikTok, and of course I see a lot of vlogs, they're all the same, right? It's always like, oh, happy mood and, like colorful. And I don't know, maybe come with me to, I don't know, get my nails done. And then we check like your vlogs, and it's more like, it feels very like dreamy, kind of like
Yeah.
when, something has happened, but we can't really remember.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like this artistic thing that you bring to vlogs. I think you should
Thank
do
you.
more.
Oh, okay. I will. I will.
Yeah.
I will
But where
1000%.
do you get your references from? Do you get them from like art pieces that you watch, or is it from like everyday life and maybe what you see on the internet?
I think just I'm very moody, like very moody, and I play around with CapCut a lot, and I just like experiment. So it mainly comes from that, truthfully. And like last, I recently found this, like started watching Two Hollis music videos, but before I watched Two Hollis music videos, I was actually doing a lot of the things he was doing in his videos. Like, just same vibe-ish, like, and so when I found his videos, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of like the direction I would like to take my stuff," because he was doing stuff that I was already trying to do, and I do just want it to feel, like, intimate, like, raw, like
Okay.
melancholy, because I'm not like a happy get ready with me, come with me type person. Like I love those videos. I watch them like they're my bread and butter, truthfully. But they're just not something I can do. I tried to do that. I tried. It doesn't turn out like that. Like with the Apple video, I wanted it to be more traditional, but it just ended up just being the Apple stand, the Apple logo, my shoes, and then me showing my outfit. Like it's
Yeah,
yeah.
but again, I think it's very on brand, it
Thank
goes with like Lambchop. So I wanted to come a bit to your Algerian culture,
you.
and I wanted to ask you, what is the your favorite part of having this like part of you of being Algerian? What is the thing you like the most?
Mhm. I love that I love just the strength of it. Like, I love knowing that my grandfather, my great grandfather were just like war heroes. I love knowing that my grandmother, she like, because they lived during the Algerian French War. Like, I love hearing
Mhm.
stories of my grandma, like, carrying all her kids on her back and holding them as she ran from bombs. Like, I love the fact that I come from a history of survivors, of warriors, like, straight up warriors. Like, I am from an area where the war was bad and there was a lot of, like, terrorism and a lot of soldiers, and just to be able to like say that my ancestors survived that is so powerful to me. And like being Algerian is something I will always be proud of. Like I have been, you know, made fun of for how much I love being Algerian, but it's like people don't make fun of Brazilians for loving to be Brazilian. So why
Yeah.
am I getting made fun of for loving to be Algerian? I am proud. Okay? Like I am proud of every single thing of my family. Like I love my culture. I love my culture's clothes. I love the fashion. I just love it. And one of my favorite things about Algeria is if you're out in the street and you start like if you're out in public and you're a woman, you feel uncomfortable and you scream, a gang of people will come to your rescue. That doesn't happen in America, I'll tell you that. This country is so individualistic and selfish. A child could be getting abducted. and no one would say anything. They would just record. Algeria, a child gets like pushed by someone, everyone notices, comes to attack. I'm not kidding. Like they don't play. They don't play. Like if a woman's getting harassed, they are gonna come attack. I remember one time this girl's phone got stolen. She goes, "Hey, that guy stole my phone!" Everyone starts running after him. They don't play, and that's the type of that is where I come from. You know, that's who I like aspire to be. I don't want to be like a freaking lame ass bystander who lets bullshit happen. I don't want to be like, you know, like I love being powerful. It's so powerful to be Algerian. Like I'm like my birthmark, it matches with Algeria on a map.
That's also like something that I can relate to because like in Lebanon, like whenever I went there for summer and I visited my grandma's house and it was like everyone was like sitting outside and like the neighbors would come for coffee and people don't even close their doors. It's like
Yeah.
the door opens and like just people come and visit you. It's very safe in a way. And
Mhm.
I like
Me too. Here, there's not really that sense of community, and they're taking away more and more third spaces, so that sense of community is completely like diminishing. Like my friend, the other day, she was telling me how she was on the bus and this grown man slapped a 13-year-old girl for vaping on the bus. Nobody said anything to him except for her, and she's this like tiny, like, young woman, you know what I mean? She's the only person in a bus full of people who said something to a man slapping a 13-year-old and berating a 13-year-old girl on the bus. It's only one, the only one. Think about
that
that.
is so crazy. Yeah.
It's so terrifying. It's so terrifying. And I'm not surprised though. Like, that's just where we are.
Yeah, and I noticed these things like people don't react anymore. It's like we're I don't know, is it like being used to people getting harassed or being scared or just thinking that it's not our problem. I think like many people are like that's not
Yeah.
my problem, so I don't want to, you know. But I feel like it's so cool to have two nationalities. And I think it's also our strength. It's so cool.
Yes.
And I wanted also to know, like, what's your favorite Arabic word?
Um,
Like, I know that Algeria, there's also a dialect, but
Such a
I'm
different
sure that
I was about to say, I was like, okay, our dialect is very different.
Mm.
I used to love the curse words in Algerian because I would like curse my teachers out low key in Algerian because they wouldn't understand. I'd be like, "Ilhami, el like calling them like donkey bastards.
Actually, the curse words in Arabic, they're so funny because they're so savage and intense. It's
Yeah.
like, when your parents curse at you, they say things that, like, if you would translate them, it would be like
Oh
they
my
would go to
God.
jail almost.
Literally.
Like,
My mom used to threaten to تكويني بالفرشاة. كويني بالفرشاة means to get a fork, to put it on the fire, and then to like yeah, and to burn my tongue because she's like, "You talk too much."
so, like, it's so intense, right? It's
So
like next
crazy.
level.
Yeah. Oh my God. What's your favorite word in
No.
Arabic? Lebanese. Okay, for people watching, Lebanon has the prettiest dialect of Arabic. On the like Lebanon and Egypt, I think have the prettiest dialects in my
Oh, yeah,
opinion.
you
But
think?
Lebanon's number one in my opinion because Lebanese Arabic is very poetic when it's spoken.
I like when they say that. I was like, "You're so mahdub." And I'm like, "Oh, yes."
So, aw.
I wanted to ask, obviously, Lambchop, like, how does Lambchop like her fries?
I made a video that we will be sharing soon, and
Oh, yeah.
it's the Algerian way of making fries. We call it frit
Okay.
omelette. It's just
Oh, yes.
yeah, it's fries, okay? Delicious hand cut fries, no frozen fries, y'all. And then you put eggs on it, like fresh eggs. You know, in Algeria, all the eggs are fresh, all the potatoes are like local. So in Algeria, it's just the best thing. And we eat it with the merguez, like sausage, halal sausage. And it's the best meal like I could ever, it's my favorite meal actually. It's just eggs and fries and then the halal sausage. Yeah.
It sounds like very delicious and very consistent. Like I would eat that any day, actually.
It's just so good. And then like you can obviously decide if you want it like runny on the inside or not, but like it somehow feels tastes cheesy, even though there's no
Yeah,
cheese. Like or because it's so like
like
oh
creamy
yeah, it's just
somehow.
so good. So good.
And I wanted to know, like, what what is one thing that is important to you and that you want people to remember?
Well, like I want to be remembered for beautiful, beautiful designs. And although like I am an artist, I like try to experiment with content creation, social media and all that. At the end of the day, my core is a designer. And like I want to be like representation for like I don't know, girls like me, because when I was going to school and when I was in design school, I never saw like any, you know, women of color designers or graphic design examples. And I also just like always felt ostracized because like I wasn't the typical idea of what a designer was. So my goal is to disrupt the idea of a designer and hopefully inspire, at least like a few girls from, North African Arab girlies to get into design because it has been so transformative for me and it's like just my peace and the love of it's a great way to express my love. Like just design is
Mhm.
key for me. Like I want to
Yeah, but that's so beautiful. And also, I think that you're already doing it, like you're inspiring many people, and
you
I'm one of
inspire
them.
me a lot. Like a lot.
Thank
A
I
lot.
appreciate it,
And I'm so
especially.
grateful for you to be in this space and for me to have found your account. And I've told you this so many times, but thank you.